Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Austin here, and I wanted to make a recap of kind of the last couple weeks. I haven't made one of these update videos recapping my trades in like 2 weeks. So I'm back in Boston now at my kind of main setup, but I am taking a class during the summer, and then in about a month, I'll be starting up my last semester here at school. So I'll have. Um, I'll be a little bit busier, but still being able to trade. So, and then after that, I'm graduating, and we'll see from there. But for now, let's just stick with the last couple weeks. I'm gonna show you guys what my trader view looks like. As always, as embarrassing as it is, I've been trading a little bit better this week, but last week was super, super tough. Just really not finding. I don't know. I really can't explain it, to be honest. You can say I traded kind of a lot less this whole month. I have one trade, one trade, one trade, one trade, two trades, two trades. So I've really been doing a better job from last month where I just was like haywire, basically like trading like a madman. And that was basically the reason that happened was because I took these massive initial losses, and then kind of in the subsequent days and weeks after that, I was basically just trading my emotions and just really kind of um, just imploding essentially, and I've been trying to just figure it out. I mean, emotions have always been my biggest struggle when it comes to trading, and usually if I can kind of get in front of that and start to like just I don't know. I'm someone that like literally it takes a big loss for me to start actually trading well again. Like I actually have to incur big losses for me to like get desperate, and then that desperation forces me to trade better. So there's actually kind of a debate about that online, like whether desperation, right, when your back's against the wall, do you trade better or do you trade worse, right? And there are a lot of people that say never trade when you're desperate, like, always trade with like money you can lose. I'm trading with money I can lose, but I was desperate in the sense of like I lost so much, and just like the shock of that like put me in a spot where like I was like I can't do this anymore. I have to like start trading better. So, I jumped into futures, took big losses, and now I'm kind of in that place where I'm kind of hopefully um, trying to trade more reasonably. Today's a bit of an exception. You can see I've got 5 here, 6 here. This is 11 round trips total between ES and NQ. And just today and yesterday were really the only days in the last couple weeks where I've traded the NQ. Usually this is just all ES right here. Um, Even this $2,000 loss. So I was going to say that up until this point on Monday, this whole month, I've just had one day where I lost more than 1,000, and that's this day right here. And here on these days, I force myself to stop once I hit that 1,000 mark. This was one trade, and I let it exceed 1,000, and that obviously that did not work, and I ended up cutting the loss for about a $2,000 loser. I remember I was long and the ES was dropping, and it's a good thing I cut because it did end up dropping like another 20 points after that before bouncing right back up through my break even, of course. But you can see the next day I had my best day of the month and made everything back that I lost on Monday in a single day, which was pretty epic. And so I suppose I could show that, or at least I can try. Let's see. Yeah, so that was all right here. So this was the $2,000 loss right here, and this is just, it just doesn't get any worse than this. This is just absolutely terrible. I'm not really sure what I was thinking, to be honest. There's this whole consolidation throughout the day. I was very patient, did not take any trades, and then as we got kind of a dip into this overnight consolidation, I took a long, but I had, this resistance here. I should have known that this just consolidation, this breakdown was just getting started, and we had this big pullback. But then we came back up, consolidated overnight, and then luckily, it's actually a funny story. I was literally in bed. I took this long position right here the next day where this trade I made in one trade, made everything back, as you can see. This was on Tuesday. And I took this long right off of the 55 support, which has been support and resistance for the past several weeks. You can see it's a clear level, even from more price history further back. This level has been very clear. And right here you can see 825. So I actually took this long at 830, and I got a really, really good entry here at 57.50. And yeah, I took this from my bed, head on the pillow, in the thinkorswim app. So is that professional? I don't know. I don't care. All I care about was that that was the right entry. I saw it come right down into 55 support. Nice kind of breakaway from this consolidation, recapturing the 55 level, back testing it, and that's where I'm long. And then we get a quick move off that spot. I'm instantly up, 13 points just to confirm that level. And then we just throughout the day we get the open here at 9:30. A lot of choppiness, but I'm very patient. And then we get a nice move, and I'm taking profit into resistance I've got at around 1900. It would continue for another 60 points to the upside into after hours, but you know what? It's I'm not trying to capture 100% of every move, just trying to get a big piece of it. And this was certainly a big piece, and this is my single biggest ES winner I think ever. So this was almost 50 points. This is like 45 points. So not bad there. And then on Wednesday, I had another winning day. So I actually have 4 green days in a row now, which is great. Hopefully I can continue that into next week. So this is a small loser here, but then here as we're finally breaking back up through this level, getting long and taking profit at 59. So that's a really nice trade there as well. So this is just fresh off that big rip and breakout pullback and then just getting that continuation move. Then we had a lot of choppiness overnight into the next day. This was yesterday, Thursday. And here I have some trades on the NQ as well. And so yesterday and today I had big drawdown days. Yesterday realized at one point I realized a $1,400 loss on the day. By all means, that is where I should have probably walked away and ended it, but I did end the day up yesterday $200. So I battled back. So you can see this initial loss I shorted here right into support, looking for the break. There's some choppiness on the open, looking for the kind of breakdown, not getting it, stopping out. That's an 11-point loss right there. And that happened so quickly. That happened literally within like minutes. I was short and then I got stopped out, and then it came down again. Anyway, that was just a frustrating trade. Overly eager, not a good entry, stupid. But then getting long here and riding it up. This was a really frustrating exit right here. There's a clear level here at 80. And I stopped out right below 80, somewhere right here on this candle. And about 30 minutes later, an hour later, it was ripping up through the highs up to 4,000. So left about 20 points on the table there as well. But still, I got nice 21 points, over 21 points right there to flip to green on the day. And I had trades on NASDAQ as well. I think I did end up losing on NASDAQ yesterday. Let's see, my trades are not showing up. All right, there's the bell today. All right, so my trades are not showing up on the 1 minute. So it looks like I shorted here as we I shorted here as we broke below 400. I was up on this trade like 25 points pretty quickly, and then we just did not get that follow through lower. We actually ended up ripping back up. I stopped out, flipped long, and got about a 23-point winner right here. So I actually took this trade, and then I entered long on the ES after that and got the winner here. So I went from down 1,400 on 10-point loser here, and then a big loss here. I took like a 50-point loss here, but then I made like 25 back, and then I got like a 20-point winner on the ES here. So battled back to green on the day. Don't really know what to make of that, since probably I should be walking away in those spots where I'm down, but take a look at today. I mean, today I did the exact same thing pretty much. Just, you can see all the trades here. It's just, again, overly eager, and you can see I start with the ES and then I go to the NASDAQ. That is revengey because the NASDAQ is a more volatile product. For every point that it moves, it's plus or minus $20 for every point that it moves. So it's more volatile than the ES, which is 50 for every point, but this one moves a lot quicker. So anyway, you can see, yeah, this is kind of just messy. Started with a long as we were recapturing 4,000, but then we just chopped around here. We got this big rejection off the open of 14,000 or 14,000, 4,015. Big rejection there, and trying to be patient off the open. I was patient through all this, but then getting along as we're recapturing some of this, looking for a rip back up through the highs, but we didn't get that. And then just a lot of choppy trading in here where I took some scalpy trades that just did not work. Again, when I take these trades, I'm not looking for them to be scalps. I'm looking for them to, I take the trades intending to get a sustained move out of it, but you can see that this is just chop, and so obviously I'm just getting chopped in and out of the trade, losing on either side. So, for instance, here, short 95, covering 98, short 94, covering 99, just, or whatever this is, it's just losing there over and over. And then on the NASDAQ today, oh boy, I took some pretty hefty losses. I really wish that it would show. Here we go. So I didn't trade the NASDAQ until just the end of this consolidation. As we started to break up through VWAP here, I jumped in, got long. I was up no more than 15 points on it before we just started crumbling back in, and then I did end up stopping out at 77 down here for a 23-point loser to start me off on the NASDAQ, and I was already down on the ES at that point. So anyway, and then here we crumble down, so it's a good thing I stopped out. Then I've got this level here that I drew, and if I zoom out, I can show the level a little bit more clearly. This blue line here, support from overnight, and we did end up breaking that, but we bounced off that momentarily. As we started to pull away, I got long again, looking for the rip back up through 620. And pretty much the high here at 55. We completely melt down, bounce up momentarily. Again, this is just the 1 minute chart. So when I take these trades, I'm looking for sustained moves, and then what I end up doing here is exactly the right thing, actually. I mean, the only question is, should I have even been trading at this point? Probably not, but I did the right thing here, which is stop out as we crack through the low, and I actually hit the reverse button, which I don't typically do, but I reversed the trade and went short as we definitively cracked this level. I'm short now 22, and then I carried this. You can see I somehow ended green on the NASDAQ today, despite these, two big losses. So you can see here 23-point loss, and then here 55 down to 22. That's another 33-point loss. So I'm down like 50 plus points on the NASDAQ at that point. Reversed the trade, carried this all the way down to a great exit here at 31 for like a 90-point winner that flipped me to green on the NASDAQ, and that's when I really started to turn the day around. So before that trade, as I reversed, stopped out of this one and went into this short, I was down like 1,800 on the day, and then flipped and caught a 90-point winner for an 90 points on the NASDAQ. That's $1,800. So caught an $1,800 winner, and all of a sudden I was break even within 20 25 minutes. Took a little scalpy trade here for a small winner. Little scalpy trade here for a small winner. And then I had a short here on after this trade. I had a short on the ES, short at 70. Was patient through this pop and then carried this down to 53 for a 17-point winner on the ES. So again, I'm not really looking at the 5 minute when I take these trades. If I get rid of the trades on both charts, I can show you a little bit better like what was going through my head. I know I traded a lot more than usual today, but basically you can see I've got this line that I drew out even before we came into it. We're bouncing perfectly off that spot. I didn't long it, but I had the support drawn is here, so I guess I could have and should have, but pretty much wrapped it up after brought myself back to break even on the ES after being down like 800 on this. I was down 1100 on this and flipped it to an 800 green, so I am done. The market is closed now, but anyway, yeah, crazy roller coaster day of trading, but I feel like I actually feel like I traded the levels pretty well today. My only problem was just this choppiness in the morning. If I had just avoided this choppiness, if I had taken no trades before 11 a.m., I'd probably be sitting on like a $2,000 green day or something like that. Because really, the whole reason I dug that hole was just in that choppiness. So my issue with trading continues to be just needing to just avoid the chop. And if I can do that, then I can usually I can usually finish green. Last few days we had some more trendy days, and that's allowed me to kind of go a little bit more green. So anyway, I will show you guys this on the trader view. This is my cumulative drawdown. So feast your eyes, basically. On the year, this was all trading equities. I was just hitting it out of the park pretty much. My biggest drawdown was 3,500. Not really a big deal. Made that back pretty quick. You know, had an absolutely amazing month of March back here. Then started trading futures. You know, lost 7,500 in my very first day trading futures, and then just compounded those losses as I just, you know, was figuring out how to trade futures. But like I said, and this is actually really important to know, is that for me and how I trade, it is just an unfortunate reality, and this could be very stupid to say, but it is just an unfortunate reality that for myself, the only way that I really learn is by basically jumping into the deep end, and jumping into the deep end with trading is extremely freaking risky. If you do not have, you know, if you do not have your you know, risk management or whatever, if you don't have max losses set in place, like this is what's going to happen to you. So, you know what I mean? Take a page out of my book here and understand that this can happen to you very, very easily. So you can see the max drawdown here, 17,285. I mean, just no words. And I don't even know how at that point I'm still green on the year, but anyway, so in the last, you know, 4 days, I was able to go from 16.8 to, you know, basically 12.8, 12.9. So, you know, that's 4,000 in a few days. So, you know, not bad there, and hopefully to just trying to continue this back up, inch back up, and you know, I think one day I'll be back, and I cannot wait to make the video of when I get back to all-time highs on the year, because that would be, I'm dying. I'm dying to make that video for sure. I want that, but it's gonna take time, and it's not gonna happen in one day. And so as soon as I realize that, ironically, the sooner I'll make it back. But anyway, so I hope you guys appreciated this recap. I know that my outlook is still pretty glim, dim. I don't know. I always struggle with words, but um, anyway, so that's where I stand. That's where I'm at. I wanted to make this video to just give an update. I haven't posted a video in a while. I did a couple live streams, but I think that I'm gonna give the live streams a little break because I just need to figure this out. I need to get in a little bit of a better spot. I need to get my confidence back, and so, you know, that starts with me just kind of putting my head down, focusing on you know, my trading in the morning, trying to be patient, trying to be smart, and I'm doing better. I'm not doing great, but I'm doing better. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Guys, if you did appreciate this recap, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. This is just a channel where I just pretty much document my trading journey, and hope that it can benefit some people, and I share whatever I learn along the way. I'm about 2 years into it now, so I appreciate and love all of you. And if you do trade futures, last thing, if you do trade futures, please, if you trade equities as well, if you trade and you're interested, you like this stuff, join the Discord. The link is in the description. I really want you guys to join the Discord so that we can chat in there. And yeah. All right, that's it. That's all I got. All right. Have a good weekend, guys.